Garnsey looks like he's about 15 years old with the new haircut. And Ryan, titanic heavyweight battle at the Faceoff X. TD Ierlan for California, Trevor Baptiste for New York. Two of the best to ever do it.
I was talking with TD before the game, and people, he was joking, like, people were asking me, like, did I watch film? It's like, I've gone against this guy a million times. I know what's going to happen.
Slight advantage historically to Trevor Baptiste, somewhere between 5 or 10% head-to-head in his matchups with TD.
Ierlan, in his season debut last week, 67%. Baptiste has been on a heater, 85% through the first 3 games. It won't be as easy today. And Baptiste able to come away with it off the scrap. And this Atlas offense shooting 34% through 3 games. That is absurd. They've made a quarter of their 2-point shots. And Jeff Teague is already halfway
component. It's 6'2", 210. He can run downhill. He also can plant from outside the arc. This is a young man who scored the most goals in Virginia history for a midfielder, and he has bounced back this season with a vengeance.
The Redwoods with the counter. It's TD Ierlan coming up with the ball off the faceoff and beating Tim Troutner. We're tied at 1.
Baptiste's dominant so far, Quint. He hasn't had a matchup like Ierlan at the stripe.
Ierlan wins the clamp and goes forward and spins somehow, gets himself out of the wash, puts the ball on his chest to avoid the defenders, and then takes it to the heart of the defense. One thing you're going to enjoy about this matchup, Baptiste and Ierlan, 2 of the best. They represented Team USA, okay? The 2 best. They both can handle the rock. They both can play defense. They both have offensive skills. They are exceptional athletes.
This time Baptiste wins the faceoff. Now, talking to Trevor Baptiste before the game, I asked him very directly, what's the biggest difference for this team from last? Assist for RP3, 293 for his pro career. Ierlan lost his stick. Baptiste couldn't pick it up. Now the wings get involved. Popped into the air. 5 in blue, Tyler Carpenter has been a human Roomba for the Atlas, rookie out of Duke.
Former youth swimmer who made a transition to lacrosse late, and his parents, led by his dad, Leon, very supportive, and took him some time. Ultimately recruited by Franklin and Marshall and then Denver, and now he's become the best ever.
He was set to go to a D3 school, and then Denver got in late, and the rest, as they say, history. Here's TD Ierlan now, flag down. Redwoods are going to get another power play, already up 3-1. Jared Connors now going.
Press clippings, they're 3-0. They're not playing like a 3-0 team right now.
Down 3 goals, 3.5 to play. Baptiste had the face-off 1, then lost it on the exit. Carpenter tried to scoop it up. Carpenter almost hunted it down. Connors in pursuit.
In this league, the margin between best team and worst team is very. He's got guts. I tell you, he's not the biggest cat in the world, but he will put himself in dicey situations, as you see the look of concern on Atlas second-year head coach Mike Pressler.
A part of the problem, penalties. The Redwoods have 2 power play goals, and California shooting 5 for 10. As Ryder Garnsey continues his anti-Samson trend. Cut the hair, and all of a sudden, superpowers go up. Here comes Costabile on the run, shoots too high. Atlas also haven't had the ball a whole lot in this first quarter.
They're a high IQ player. He identifies, okay, how are you going to play me? Okay, you're going to respect my feeding ability. You're going to pressure me. Like, I can still go to the cage myself as well.
Face-off won by California. Isaiah Davis-Allen off the wings. Here comes Chris Merle. Merle snaking through. Rob Pinnell looking to feed over to Garnsey.
Oh!
He gets hammered. That's a clean hit. Rex Road delivered the hit on Garnsey.
You take a moment of hesitation. Ball player spotted out there by former Hopkins assistant coach Billy Dwan, who gave him to his brother Matt Dwan. He ended up playing at Loyola.
Jared Connors. Connors chased by Carpenter, dumps it back to Pinnell.
Schellenberger come in, immediate impact. Dixon last year, same deal. What is it from your style of play, culture? What's the secret sauce that allows them to transition so smoothly?
I think it's like you said, it is the transition. It's the up and down style that we like at Virginia. It's the way we play. It's the early offense. It's the playing without the ball in your stick, and that's kind of the emphasis that we put on, and they do a great job bumping into this league.
So the college game,
but man, that's the kind of play right there where you get a 5-on-5 scenario and you take advantage of those number situations, and Dosh pushed that opportunity, and they weren't ready to slide, and that's kind of his game. He goes when he sees an available moment.
Dana Boyle is with Dox Aiken.
Doc's a little bit out of breath. How you feeling?
It's a quick game. I think I went up and back a few times. Can't really remember, but
juice.
At the pro level, if you play short stick D-midi, you better be able to play offense. And if you play offensive midfield, you better be able to get back. What makes Dox Aiken so special is that two-way ability that it's not like a B at one end, it's just an A at both ends.
You know, we've got Kip Turner, the Virginia assistant coach in the booth. Kip.
And then the gorgeous off-ball movement primarily by Xander Dixon.
They're playing the beautiful game, the way they're passing the ball. And today, that first quarter, their half-court offense was a little bit stagnant. And credit their defense for the run-outs and the transition goals to get them ignited.
Teflon now has the short stick.
Not a lot of reps and playing with Cohen and Garland.
Conlon, 20 and white. You see Miles Jones, who has at times this summer looked unstoppable. And a happy Father's Day to the young father, Miles Jones.
I think a big thing for him was having a full training camp with Atlas. Both him and Dylan Malloy were picked up third round, another third-round gem for Nat St. Laurent. But the question coming into the PLL was, can he win a one-on-one matchup? And he's been able to do that on a pretty consistent level.
And 9 straight face-offs won. Danny Logan took that for California. Or for New York. Garnsey to Pinnell, where Rex.
You wake up, cold sweats, nightmares as a goalie.
Baptiste back out there against Ierlan. It pops to Merle. Timeout, Nat St. Laurent. 3:56 to go, opening half.
To bump. You have got to find Dixon on the inside. He's been so deadly this summer. The least amount of ball time in his stick, the most amount of goals.
How about that battle, Ierlan and Baptiste? And that's Jared Connors. Fakes the pass, Connors all the way. Troutner takes it away. Now the counter by the Atlas, Baptiste. He can score, he's a threat in transition. That's a 2, Aiken turned away. Long rebound over the head of Makar. Picked up by Arden Cohn. Gray steps into one, Penthouse Parm. Chris Gray, his first goal as a Redwood.
You gotta love the up and down nature of this game, the transition elements, end to end, the roller coaster.
End to end action. It starts with a save on one end. Here's the cannon from Aiken from deep, and off the rebound, Cohen's gonna pick up the loose ball and push in transition. Gray playing his natural position at attack. Adler helps just for a split second. Gray doesn't need a lot of space there.
The book on Chris Gray, coming out of Boston University, transferred to North Carolina, led him to championship weekend. Chris Gray is a great outside shooter. Much more velocity and range than you would ever guess. Don't be fooled by the small package. He can pop it from the outside.
Look at this stalemate.
He's gonna rip. Box.
Wingmen trying to position themselves. Baptiste and Ierlan battling. Now it's loose.
The wrestling
now a free
match.
for all. Tevlin.
How versatile is Brian Tevlin? How valuable is he to this roster? You get 19 guys who can dress. Tevlin's playing like 3 different positions in this game.
Gray lost his stick. Rexrow takes a check. Pennell almost got that one in. 10 seconds to go. 10.9, tied at 8. Faceoffs, 12-6. California, they had a stretch where they won 9 in a row. Didn't really translate into a big scoring run.
You know, but will it translate, you know, on a hot day? Do those extra face-offs down the road potentially take a bite out of the Atlas defense? I don't know. We don't really know.
I think it protects your defense a little bit. With Fake out with the injury, as much as you could get the ball on that offensive side and give your defense a rest, I think it's a net win for the Redwoods.
Let's check in with Dana Boyle.
Just had a chance to chat with Nat St. Laurent about their offensive approach here in this second half. They're going to change some things up on the offensive end. Gray's going to go to attack, and they're going to run Westberg out of the box and expect maybe in the fourth quarter we're going to throw a little wrinkle, and maybe Ryder Garnsey will run out of the box. So a little different approach here in the second half. I kind of like it.
Ryan, thoughts?
Well, they're not putting a short stick on Berg, so that's where normally that adjustment's waiting for you.
Connors, that was a 2. Troutner, a dozen saves.
One thing about Nat and California, he doesn't sit still.
Yeah.
He's a tinkerer. He's not afraid to make bold moves.
8 points. Did not play in the second game opening weekend when the Atlas played twice up in Albany. And then week 2, 2 goals and an assist against the Chaos. Assist on that goal to Costabile, his second helper.
2 battering rams now and an extended face-off. Ierlan in the white, an excellent high school wrestler. 3rd place in the New York State tournament at 160 pounds.
Out of Victor, New York. Chris Gray behind the back pass, intercepted. Transition opportunity. Baptiste, Kobe Smith, passed up the 2. Teat has it stick checked away, then his stick gets thrown into the air.
This game is being played. This is a lot of fun.
Head on a swivel in transition.
Well, have the pitcher come in off the pitching mound a third of the way to home plate and start dealing. That's what it's like to play goalie in this league.
And if you're the goalie, it's like being the catcher, except you don't know what pitch is coming, you don't know where it's going.
Multiple release points. Overhand, 3/4, sidearm, underhand.
Dana's with Miles Jones.
Miles, that was quite the celebration. You had some heat on that shot. What'd you see there?
I think they were a little discombobulated on the sub game, and that's something that we've really.
Off-ball prowess. He's such a good feeder. He's such a good distributor. He could beat his man one-on-one, but having Schellenberger on that right side now unlocks Teat, his cuts, his fades, his drifts.
You know what's scary if you're the other 7 teams in the league? You got the Atlas on an 11-3 run. They've got a 4-point lead. And face-offs have really been a non-factor for them in this game. They've been below 50% at the face-off.
An edge this summer in his dodging up at the top of the arc.
He's had at least 2 goals in every game this season for the Atlas.
This is a running game. Playing wide receiver, very similar to dodging in lacrosse. You've got to get off press coverage. Well, what's lacrosse? It's press coverage.
And that Dox Aiken Player Spotlight was presented by the Atlas in the 3rd quarter. The aim of Artemis, 5 goals on 6 shots. Baptiste wins the faceoff. Aiken, one more, and he's got a hat trick. Baptiste, the former MVP.
Where'd this come from?
At Redwoods, they needed a run ender. And that's where you need the veteran leadership, a guy that can just go get you a goal just to stop the bleeding.
Quint across all sports as guys get older, and Ryan, you were a great example of this. You may lose a little bit of the speed, the burst, but you make up for it in IQ.
Ahead, and I'm going to trust Kelly. I'm not sliding off of Pinnell.
The referee timeout there can be a little indecision. Whose ball is it? You've got to make quick decisions. You've got to echo and communicate across the field, and everyone's got to be on the same page. And you got to move quickly.
Final 30 seconds. Who else but Tyler Carpenter picking up the ground ball. Logan steps into it, 2, whistles it high.
That had some heat on it.
Assistant at Notre Dame, he's done magical, really, really good work. I think his maturation has been unbelievable. I love him. I would hire him in a second if I was, let's say, John Torpy at Brown.
Trevor
if I was John
Baptiste
Crawley at High Point. Ryder Garnsey is a guy I want around my program. He's got a vibe of a winner. He's got a vibe that young people love to be around.
He's got a great
pass, if you will, and wisely picks it up and finishes before Kelly can get pipe to react.
No assist for Aiken. Look at the ball movement. Look at the ball movement. Set that to Ode to Joy. Set that to Mozart or Bach.
Slim Reaper from Shelley. There he is, a young man who grew up playing racket sports with his dad in Connecticut. Transitioned to lacrosse, and the hand-eye coordination is next level. There's nobody who gets the ball in and out of the stick with more accuracy, more precision than Xander Dixon, the Slim Reaper.
It's just a classic 4-on-3 fast break. Baptiste draws the point man to rotate over, gets it to Schellenberger. Another rotation occurs. He goes one more down to Dixon, who can finish it before that last defender can get across the crease.
This is an Atlas team. Before it's all said and done, if they can stay healthy, they may have a chance to set some PLL offensive records. Year 6 of the league. And the Atlas off to a roaring start. And, you know, I think you can chuck small sample size after 4 games, Ryan. This is now claims. Listen, they go about it in a way, and you scratch your head. What are they trying to do? They very consciously went in on defense last year. They took Adler with the first pick, Makar with the 3rd pick. Then this year, you go and get a Connor Schellenberger, and now you're seeing the maturation from Makar and Adler.
It's just awkward here, but he need me right ahead. Yeah. No way, it's AP.
These guys are tough, man.
Yeah.
These guys are tough. No complaining from Trevor Baptiste. He need me in the head. Look at him. The compete level today between TD and Baptiste. He need him in the head right there.
Wasn't intentional.
And there's a lot of respect. There's enormous respect between these two guys. They're the best in the country at what they do.
Have represented our country together. They're roommates on Team USA together, along with the goalies. Just a big room full of weirdos.
That is a big room of weirdos. You got Fogos and goalies in the same room?
Yeah, they put the goalies and the face-off specialists together.
So Danny Logan taking the face-off for the Atlas. Ierlan wins that with ease.
Well, at the face-off stripe to begin with, if it's not a full-strength Baptiste, you know, Redwoods could be playing make it, take it here.
The only thing we've seen today, though, there have been very few opportunities for face-off guys to get right into your transition offense. Ierlan wins that. You're playing the sub game. We've seen the wings get involved quite a bit.
It's been a scrap. It's been a battle. It's been awesome to watch. Both were wearing the Lycra leg tights, and Baptiste has burnt a hole in the knees of his tights.
Troutner, the former Redwood, 14 saves today as Montgomery throws it away. Following our game here on ABC, it's the WNBA, Seattle Storm, Phoenix Mercury, WNBA countdown. Sakin and a Miles Jones.
Again, back to that kind of off-ball prowess. Like, when you got those guys hunting around the two-point arc, you have to get out there and get out, either play them or cut down on their space because they're such big dodging threats. So then you've got the middle wide open for Dixon, who just never stopped.
Told me, he asked me, he said, who do you call on Father's Day? I said, who do you call, Coach? He said, well, I call Guy Witten, my old high school coach at Wilton. I call Jack Emmer up in Skaneateles Lake, former head coach at Army. And he says, I call John Hooper. Grandpa John, he said, the alchemy of the indoor game and the outdoor game now, molding into the best offensive player in the league. His dad, Dan, on Father's Day was an outstanding indoor player from Canada.
Kerr stampeding toward the cage.
Yikes.
Crashes into the cage.
And
now Logan gets into it with Kirst. Garnsey trying to break it up. A lot of blue shirts in there.
This is disregard for the goaltender.
Flag down. Pinnell getting into it, and that looks like Makara, who now gets in the way.
Pinnell tossed Troutner.
Remember, those are former teammates.
Look, I get it by this Atlas defense. You're protecting your goaltender. Kirst was just a runaway train out of control with a straight line to the goalie.
You could
you
see
can't do that.
As soon as he started his dodge, you could see the steam coming out of his ears, and he was going right for the goal.
And any defenseman worth their weight is going to stand up for the goalie in this situation.
You have to.
And watch Kirst right here.
He's in the crease.
I mean, that's direct contact with the goaltender.
And Logan doesn't like it. He takes issue.
And Logan didn't go over the line there, in my estimation, right? He's making a point. Now, Garnsey gets all hyped.
Around some questions they got to answer. Water Dogs, what are we doing with the face-off? Archers, defensively, what are we doing here? Like, it's very compact.
The chaos with their offense.
It's about growth. It's about improvement. It's about staying healthy. Again, it's a long summer.
Garnsey